back in December. Had to move back with my parents. I don't know, it's been super hard.
It's hard to build your sandcastle alone in your parents' basement. It's hard.
But now that I'm back up here, I'm definitely rekindled with all my boys, been hanging out, which is cool.
Okay, that's good.
I've been abusing Adderall a bit.
Oh, okay, Adderall.
Call from
Tommy.
Talk to me, Tommy.
My man.
What's up?
And how are you?
What's going on?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. I'm trying my best. What's up? How's it going?
Oh, it's going. I got a bit to unfold, and I have a wonderful surprise at the end.
You said you have a bit to unfold and a wonderful surprise at the end? Is that what you just said?
That is exactly what I said, yes.
Well, unfold right into my ass. Hit me. What's going on?
All right, so to start this out, me and my ex broke up back in December. Had to move back with my parents, like an hour away or so. I'm in New York, Connecticut area. I don't know. It's been super hard. I worked for her brother, doing welding and stuff, and he wanted me to stay. I was like, I don't know. I just need to get like all of it out of my life. Her brother, just any connection with her. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm a little. I didn't think you were going to answer.
You broke up with you said you broke up with your girlfriend? Yeah,
we broke up. We were just, a little bit toxic, drinking, getting into fights and shit. And
okay. What's
so we're both party animals, but
so what kind of? Tell me more about this toxicity.
Oh, just late nights. She was a server at a restaurant, and like summertime, she'd get home like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, food and bev industry. Usually, you have a few drinks at the end of the night, whatever. But she'd come home fucking blasted, and I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anytime we'd go out, she would just, I don't know, sort of throw me to the side, I guess, and then get fucked up, and then we'd get home, everything would be cool, and then we'd fucking just fight over some random stuff.
Okay.
I
don't know you, and I don't know your life, but from what you are telling me right now, it sounds like this breakup was a good thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely good for my mental health, and probably a little bit of physical health too. But started working back, and when got up to my parents, took like a month off of work, had some money saved, so I was just chilling, being depressed in my parents' fucking basement.
Yeah, there we go.
Which is cool. Everyone's got to do that sometimes.
You do. You got to do that sometimes. You absolutely got to do that sometimes. What the fuck was I going to say? So how long ago was this?
It was early December, like mid-December, like in the teens, December teens.
Okay. So it's been a few months?
Yeah, it's been a few months. I'm definitely doing a lot better.
Oh, good. What's been better?
I guess, well, so where she lives like 40 minutes away from me, from the town that I grew up in, so about like 6-7 months after we started dating, we were like, she had to get a new apartment because she got we got a dog, and dog wasn't allowed in her old apartment. Well, I guess we didn't get it. She got a dog. So I was like, why don't we move in together? Like, fuck it, we already, we like each other. We knew we were in it for the long term, for the most part. But I guess we moved a little quick. But I moved down to where she was from, and left my family. Didn't leave them. It's only 40 minutes, not like it's hours away. But left my family, friends, and stuff. Got a little distant with my friends. Sort of happens to a lot of people when you get into a relationship. No,
yeah, absolutely. So did you rekindle your relationship with your friends now that you are not with?
Yeah, I mean, it was never like I never burned any bridges. Like I was always talking to them. Anytime I was up here, I'd go hit them up and stuff. And we were hanging out every once in a while. It definitely wasn't as close. We weren't catching up as much. Like I'd play Xbox with a couple of my friends from down there, which was cool. But now that I'm back up here, I'm definitely rekindled with all my boys. Been hanging out, which is cool.
Okay, that's good. That's
been doing
good.
some. Been abusing Adderall a bit.
Oh, okay, Adderall. I knew it was a drug.
Yeah.
That you were.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's going on with the Adderall?
Definitely Adderall. But, I work long hours, work 11-hour days. I went back to my old job at a pizzeria I worked at, like during high school and stuff. Who all the guys there that we were like a big family there. Like I've been super close with them forever. And a couple of guys got Adderall.
I can't decide if a pizza made by 5 dudes on Adderall would be better or worse than just pizza made by 5 dudes not on Adderall.
I guarantee that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Fucking, we'll get that shit to you in 20 minutes or less. Fuck 30.
Yeah, we don't deliver though. We do not deliver.
You don't deliver? Then what's the Adderall for?
Adderall just for fucking get through the day with all the shitty fucking customers.
Okay. So this was 3 months ago. What are you doing with your life now? Are dude, I don't know. I mean, I don't know your life. I don't know what your feelings, but I mean, hanging out with your boys and making pizzas, it's good life from where I sit. You know, what do you want more? What's going on? What's missing?
Oh, it sucks being lonely. All my friends, like my closer friends, are in like serious relationships and stuff. And it's just like my buddy's birthday was last week. Went over to his house and like, you know, I'm the fucking like 11th wheel there, and everyone just all fucking which is fine. You know, whatever. I'm not like, I don't want to sound like, you know, I'm like fucking jealous or anything, because I'm not. I'm very happy for them.
Yeah. No, I get you. Yeah.
I don't know, a little bit of I've been drinking a little bit more than usual.
Yeah.
I'm drinking an Adderall or like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. I so get it. I've had a couple times where I've had anxiety that was just like anxiety or loneliness that was just like so. I'm not a big alcohol guy. I'm not a big drinker. I've mainly been like a big pot smoker my whole life, but I've had a few times where my just anxiety or my loneliness was so bad that I was like, fuck it, let's just get drunk so that we can like numb the feelings. And I did it, and every single time I'm like, oh, I 100% understand how people become alcoholics. It makes so much sense because it just numbs. Yeah. It numbs these feelings that are so like difficult to deal with, and then B, impossible to solve. I don't want to say impossible because I like to be optimistic, and I do think that your level of optimism is a strong indicator of the quality of your life. So I like to remain optimistic that these feelings that you're trying to numb are solvable, but they're really hard, even with the wealth of information to solve them, because like you know, people are like, even like loneliness is difficult to solve in the sense of, oh, you're lonely, go get friends or go get a relationship. But then it's like, even if you do that successfully, I mean, look what happened, you know, with you were in this relationship, you were with this woman, but it ended up badly with, you know, all the drinking and the fighting. So it's like, whether you want to be alone or you want to integrate other people into your life, you're going to run into conflict, you know, conflict that's really hard to deal with. So it's like, why not just get pissed and not have to, you know, like, you know, just decide to not show up for work, metaphorically. You know, not show up for the work of life.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a hell yeah, brother. I don't know if that is a hell yeah, brother.
That's a hell yeah, brother.
I don't know if that is necessarily a hell yeah, brother. Because I'd like to think that there's something. I'd like to think that there's nobility in showing up for the work of life and dealing with things instead of getting drunk and numbing them. But
well, no, I wasn't hell yeah, brother condoning.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. But that's why I said I'd like to think that, because I don't know the answer to any of this shit that I'm musing with you about. Yeah. But so you're feeling lonely,
and you know, I've been hitting, you know, asking my friends, like I have two groups of friends, like pizzeria guys I'm, you know, super close with, and I have like my high school friends that are like, you know, my brothers in a sense, you know, friends from school or whatever. And I don't know, I've been hitting them up. I'm like, yo, guys, you guys want to go out? Fucking St. Patrick's Day, you want to go out? You know, help me find a, you know, fucking someone to talk to or something. Not help me, like, you know, come out with me. I want to go fucking try and talk to some girls or something. And I realized there's always some excuse, this and that. I can't. So pizzeria guys have been for me a lot more. But I don't know, I just feel like I also don't really have too much support from my brother friends on this, more than like, I don't know, a little less than I would like at least. And I, you know, I've tried reaching out, tried talking with them and everything. And they talked. I don't know what I'm getting at here, but more of
no, you want the boys in your corner. Is what you're getting at.
And the boys are always in my corner. I never. Yeah, you know, boys are always in my corner.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. This is hard. When you get older, your friends start to have their own lives. You know.
Yeah, which is fine. And like, yeah, I get that 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's stressful. It really is. It's stressful when you like your friends are like everyone's like kind of like you start out like we're all in this together, and then everyone. It's just like a natural part of growing up. Like everyone starts to form their own lives, and you're looking at your own little sandcastle, and you're kind of trying to make sure that it is like it's hard. It's hard to build your sandcastle alone.
But
especially
that's like in my fucking parents' basement.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to build your sandcastle alone in your parents' basement. It's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah. I guess that about does it on that.
You know, that's so depressing. It's so depressing what you just did. It really was so depressing. You were like, "Yep, sucks." Anyway, thanks for picking up my call. I'm gonna go fucking toaster in the bathroom.
Dude, so what I really want to call about, you know, that breakup thing definitely helps. Thank you. But
okay,
I have your fucking doppelganger.
You have my doppelganger.
I have your doppelganger. Works at the pizzeria. He is actually not an Adderall one or a drinker. So he's a California sober Sally.
What makes him my doppelganger?
He's your twin. He is you. I do that at the pizzeria. I've been so I started watching you maybe a year, give or take, ago. You know, maybe 10 months or whatever. And as soon as you came up on my Instagram feed randomly, I was like, suggested post, and I thought it was him. And I was like, what the fuck? I texted him. I was like, yo, Anthony. I was like, this isn't you, right? I was like, it sort of doesn't look like you, but he's your twin. Not that didn't make sense, but he is your fucking twin.
Does he look? Is he look like me? Does he act like me? How is he my twin?
Dude, he sounds exact. You look and sound exactly alike. He has the full beard.
Put him on the phone.
He's not with me right now, but like, is there any way I can send like a picture of him to you? Because I think you guys need to do a fucking live show together or a live stream together.
Sure.
Both of you dressed up as geckos.
No, I'm not going to do that. But send me a picture of him.
Can I just do it through this chat? I mean, through
do it through the phone number that you're on right now.
Oh, we do it right now.
Yeah, sure. What is he like? How's he like me? What's he like as a person?
Dude, he's just like he's just like the most oddball person in a great way. He's funny as hell. Like, I don't know, he's been like the closest with me right now with this like can you hear me? With this relationship and everything. And sorry. And dude, I don't know. He's just like, I don't know. We just fuck around, fuck with people. Like at the pizzeria, we got another guy. Like, I'm 6'7", fucking skinny, like a white dude, and I got another guy who works there, 6'5", skinny, white dude. So everyone thinks we're brothers. So I don't know. We just fuck with customers, not fuck with them in like a mean way, but we use it like a little, like it's our stage. We just fucking.
I'm sorry.
A couple fire.
You're 6'7"?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You're like literally you're two of me.
Wait, okay, so Anthony is
I'm like
short
3 foot.
Not that you're
4.
short. How tall are you?
I'm like 2 feet tall.
No, Gecko's max, what, a foot?
Well, how tall am I? I'm like, Someone in the chat just said Geck loves tall men. I do, cause I it's been a long journey, but I've come to terms with my height, and
How tall are you?
I've
Like,
accepted
for
it
real?
now. I'm like 5'6.5". I used to tell people I
Oh,
was
dude,
5'7".
Anthony is 5'7". Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, maybe that's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. No, I still do tell people I'm 5'7" sometimes.
Oh, that's
Like
hilarious.
on the
Dude, I'm
dating
telling
apps.
you guys are fucking spitting images of each other. I swear. Wait, do you want me to send that right now? I forgot.
Yeah, I thought that's what
Okay,
you were
that's
doing. I thought I was
Gotta
I
go
was
with
vamping
speaker
on the
on.
phone with you until you yeah. Just, someone said I love tall men. I don't know. I wonder what it's like. I'm not one of those. I think I maybe used to be in my younger years a little bit more fixated on my height, but I'm less so now as I get older. But I wonder sometimes. I'm like, what's it like to be, 6 feet tall? It seems nice.
Hey, everyone thinks it's all fun and games, which, don't get me wrong, I'd rather be, I don't know, I think 6'7" is a little too tall when I'm not a fucking basketball player or volleyball player or something. Like,
Did you text me this yet?
I'm finding a picture. I'm sorry. I looked on his Instagram and he hasn't posted in like 18 years. Oh, actually, I got a picture of both of us. Here we go. Halloween, he was trying to be Tony Soprano.
All right. Well.
Oh, here it is. I got it.
I feel like you're gonna send it. I feel like this isn't gonna be. This guy's not gonna look anything like me.
Dude, he is. I'm telling you, bro. I've convinced so many people at the pizzeria that his account is yours.
Did you text it to me yet?
I just sent it. Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me try to find it.
It's
6'7" is a little too tall.
Yeah, dude. I have a queen size bed. I literally have to fucking sleep diagonally on it. Like,
okay, you sent it to this phone number, the 401 phone number. You texted it to that. Did it? Oh, there we go. Okay, I just got it. This guy does not look like me at all.
Bro, you're nuts. You're nuts.
This guy does not look like me. He's just another hairy Jewish guy.
He's not even Jewish. Bro, I'm telling you,
he looks like he's wearing a kippah. He looks like he's wearing a kippah in the thing. No, this guy does not look like me at all.
Oh, you're smoking it, brother.
He's just a 5'7" hairy white dude with a beard. He's in the same genre of guy as me physically, but he's not. No, he's also a little skinnier. He's also a little skinnier.
He is a little skinnier. He gyms.
I'm looking more at you, man. You're like you are twice the size of this other guy.
Yeah. And taller too.
Man, I'm. You have a lot. You got a good life, man. I really hope I understand we all get lonely sometimes, and it's a bummer. And I've been there a lot of times in my life. But you got good friends. You got a good. I'm optimistic for you. I really am.
Well, thank you. Well, hey, the only thing, you don't see a lot of tall old people, right?
I guess that's true.
Yeah, man. I told some lady that at the pizzeria once. Her kid was like 13 or something, and he was like maybe like 5'9" or some shit. And I was like, yeah, the only thing with that, you don't see a lot of tall old people. And she just fucking shit herself. She was like, oh my God, please don't tell me that.
Well, what's your name again?
Cornelius Vanderbilt.
That's not your real name, right? You snickered.
No, it's Tom.
Cornelius Vanderbilt. Well, Tommy.
Cornelius is my alias.
I'll see you around the universe, man. Is there anything else you want to say before we go?
Yeah, everyone just keep your head up. Don't, you get into a slum, fucking walk on out of it. Shit, yeah. I knew I was never going to be prepared for something to tell the world.
Nah, keep your head up.
Keep it on. Life's a garden. Dig it. Joe Dirt.
Keep your head up. That way you can make eye contact with this guy. That was stupid. All right, we should stop. We should get off the phone.
All right. Love you, chat. Love you, Lyle. Stay prosperous. Godspeed, brother. And, I'll try not to do any Adderall today.
Good luck, sir. My prayers are with you.
Yep. I'm going to take a shot of GMO for getting on the call. So God bless everyone.
Take care.
This one.
Hey folks, this is Lyle. I am very excited to announce that I am going back on tour in 2024 to do Therapy Gecko live all across the country. If you've never been to one of my live shows before, they are extremely fun, unpredictable, wild evenings that involve a mix of group gecko therapy sessions as well as some material and presentations from myself. And if you've been to the show before, I have new presentations and will, of course, be interviewing new people. If you're a fan of the podcast, you're going to have a great time at the live show, so I hope to see you guys there. Go to therapygeckotour.com or check the link in the episode description for a full list of cities where tickets are available. Also, if you don't see your city on the list of cities, please still click the link and RSVP with your phone number so I can contact you when tickets go on sale for your city, because I'm going to announce a bunch more dates very soon. Geck bless.
Call from Madison.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, who is this?
Madison. Is this, the Gecko?
This is the Gecko. What's up,
Oh
Madison?
my god. What? Just sitting in bed, currently sick, but, saw that you were streaming and wanted to try to call, so.
What are you sick with?
Just a cold, but it's like one of those really, like, congested type colds, so it's like in my sinuses and my chest. But it's been a little over a week now, and it's still kind of not going away.
How long have the doctors given you to live?
Hopefully a little longer.
Well, Madison, here we are on the phone, just two people on a phone call. Two people who don't know anything about each other, really.
Yeah.
Just on the phone, having a conversation, being broadcasted to hundreds of millions of people all across the globe. Here we are, Madison. Here we are, and I ask you humbly, from this is I feel so honored to be on the phone right now. And I have to ask you humbly, Madison, what would you like to talk about today?
Oh man, that is a very good question. Well, lately, I've been having some, I guess not issues, but just a little bit of some problems with dealing with being in a like a long distance relationship, you know?
Ah, okay. Hit me.
Yeah. What was that?
I said hit me. Just share the crazy details of your life.
Well, I wouldn't call them too crazy, but you know, I've been in this long distance relationship for about a little over a year now, and we met on Discord, and you know, everything has been like really, really great. It's probably like the best relationship I've ever been in, but I kind of have, you know, some issues with the fact that we're so far apart, and some nights I'm like sitting in bed just like, man, what am I gonna do? Like, I can't deal with being alone sometimes, and it's pretty hard. So, and I don't really have a lot of friends who
How long have you
are
two
in the same situation.
Been in a relationship for?
Like a year and 4 months.
And where's he live? Where do you live?
They live in New Jersey, and I live in Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you want to enter a long-distance relationship with this person that you met on Discord? What is it about this relationship that provides you with value on a continued basis?
Well, I guess initially I wasn't really like wanting to go into a long distance relationship. It just kind of like happened. You know, we started talking in this one server that one of my friends invited me to, and we were just, you know, talking as friends. And, you know, eventually we realized that we had feelings for each other. And it was like, I don't know, I had this like feeling that I couldn't just like not be with them, you know? So, yeah, but, they just have treated me better than like anybody I've ever been with. And our communication's really good. And we're also like interested in a lot of the same things. So it just made sense.
How often do you head over to Jersey to see them?
Well, I've been there a couple times, and they've definitely come to see me more. But and also like throughout our relationship, we've definitely seen each other in person more than like the average person who's in a long distance relationship does, which I'm like, you know, obviously really grateful for, because a lot of people don't get that chance to like see them or their significant others like for years or months, you know. But it's still just like so hard for me to like let go of the fact that I can't see them like every day. So,
well, is anything stopping you from? You know, it's very funny. I'm thinking about this a lot lately, because I part of me was hesitant on the idea of like, is it a good idea to move to be with someone romantically? Because, I mean, you know, there's all sorts of like horror stories about people doing that and it fucking them up. There's also actually a lot of stories. You know, I've heard them on the podcast. I've heard them anecdotally about people who do that and the relationship doesn't work out, but yet the move works out. You know what I mean? Like someone maybe like moves to, you know, some city to be with somebody and that relationship doesn't work out, but then some other thing happens in that city and that kind of works out. I'm not a huge fan of like, let me give up career opportunities to go be with a person, and sometimes that's kind of baked in to like moving locations, but a lot of the time it's not, because I mean, you know, we live in a digital universe. People are working from home, people are building their careers on the internet. So I mean, what's going on in Michigan, and what's stopping you guys from you know, being in the same location?
So actually, it's funny that you mentioned the whole like working from home thing, because my partner actually was like trying to do that and was doing that for a little bit when we first met. They have a degree in like computer engineering, and they were working with this company for like probably a little less than a year, but it was like a startup thing. I don't really know a lot about computer engineering, so like but like basically they weren't really like getting paid yet because it was a startup, I guess. And the boss was like supposed to basically pay them like after working for so long, and then they just like kept postponing it. And eventually my partner was like, okay, like I don't really want to like be working under this guy anymore because he keeps like not going through with his word.
Okay, so you're telling me, so they're thinking about quitting their job?
Well, they did leave that company.
So what are they doing now?
So nothing.
Nothing?
But
tell them to get their fucking ass over to Michigan. What are they doing?
That's what I'm saying. But like, there's a lot of like things though where they just don't have the money, obviously, because of the fact that they haven't been working.
They don't have the money to live in Michigan?
I guess not. I mean, but it's also, they've been trying to find jobs here and they like can't find any jobs here that will like respond back to them.
Okay. Do you want to move to New Jersey?
I don't know. I've thought about it, but like excuse me. I have a lot of stuff where I'm at right now, like family, and I have a cat that would be having to be moved as well. So and I also have a job where I'm at right now as well. So.
Okay, so this guy has a job. No, he doesn't have a job. What's he doing?
So actually right now they are basically like trying to find a place, but they were making like YouTube videos for a little bit a couple months ago. They started a YouTube channel because they play a lot of like Magic the Gathering.
So okay, hold on. Just I want to just like we be practical here for a few things because I don't know. I'm and look, my life isn't perfect in any sense of the way, but if I'm talking to you, I want to just like let's not fuck around here, you know? Because you can just we can waste a lot of time fucking around, and I know that personally because you know, I mean, every human being has wasted a lot of time just fucking around, you know. So let's not fuck around for a second. So you're in this long-term relationship, and you like it, it's good, but just these long-distance relationships, they can really make you unhappy, you know, because you want somebody who's there, right? You know, and you have your job, and you have your family, and you have your cat, you know, and you don't really want to give those things up. I don't know what your partner has going on. From what you're telling me, it's nothing. But I don't know. I haven't talked to them about it. But has there been any like attempt to compromise and figure something out, or is it just like I don't know, like what are we figuring out here, you know? So
we've definitely talked about it a lot, and I guess this is the thing I haven't really like mentioned. Their whole thing is that they don't want to be like relying on me, if that makes sense. Like they want to have their shit together before they like come into my life physically. So like they want to have like an established job and have enough money coming here, because their plan was that they were going to move here because of the fact that I said, like, you know, I have family here, I have a cat, I have a job. So it would be better for them to move here. Okay. And right now they just don't think that they have the funds or, you know, the ability to find a good paying job at the moment moving here. Until at least like next year, but it's like it's just kind of such a long ways away. Like, I mean, it's not, but it is, you know. Yeah. So.
I still don't understand. Does this person have like they are paying money to live in New Jersey, correct? They are paying rent to live in New Jersey.
Yeah,
they're paying for food and electricity and the various things that you need to live. And does the budget that they have to pay for those things currently not allow for them to pay for those things in Michigan as well?
Well, so their parents have been helping them money-wise, and so they. Okay,
I understand. I understand now what this person is talking about when they're like, "Listen, my life is my." I get it. I think I understand. I think this person is like, okay, look, my parents are helping me live. I don't have a job. I'm kind of fucking around. You have a life. You have a thing. I don't want to like leech off of you. So let me like figure my shit out. Yeah. And then we'll see. But here's the question: do they have a? And I ask you this: do you believe that they have a legitimate timeline as to when they're going to, quote, figure their shit out? A definition even of what figuring your shit out means. And C, do you believe them, knowing what you know about them, that they will be able to achieve this forever elusive idea of getting their shit together?
I mean, I know that they're like reliable and that they're smart, and their reasonings for not moving here are understandable, and it's not just like some excuse. But like, also another thing too is,
well, hold on.
said,
We haven't even covered this thing before we introduce another thing.
Okay.
And then also like, yes, understandable. We're not trying to figure out if it's understandable or not. We've understood.
Yeah.
The question is, can we rely that this will be a problem that is addressed and fixed, so that we're not, continually delaying our future for this person?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it'll take more than a year. But like, as it is right now, it's hard to say like exactly how long it will take because of where they're at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I mean, they're trying, to find jobs here. Like, they've applied to like so many places, and they just like don't get calls back. And they actually had a job reach out to them recently, and they like did some tests that they wanted them to take, and then they just like ended up failing the test, and the people were like, yeah, sorry,
Okay.
like you can't retake the test.
Let's go. We're getting too specific here.
Okay,
Let's go top line. Okay. This guy is doing what he's applying to jobs. Do you? And these are, I don't have answers to these. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you should think about like, do you want to be waiting around for this? And if the answer is yes, then that's beautiful. Then wait around for it, because it's going to be worth it, because you really, really, really like this person, and it's going to be, not even know. You can't know shit, but you have a pretty good idea that this is going to be. How old are you, by the way?
I just turned 23 this month.
Okay, how old is this guy?
25.
Okay, you guys are still fucking young. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Look, here's what I would say. And by the way, I'm a total hypocrite. I've really been thinking about this a lot with this fucking podcast. This podcast is getting more and more difficult for me to do because my life is really not figured out myself, and so I don't like to. But it's so much easier to therapy gecko other people than it is to therapy gecko yourself. But let's just do it. If I were you, just from talking to you, like, I wouldn't stop wasting my time, like, waiting, cold feet, fucking around, whatever, and like kind of make a decision. And I'm not talking about like a forever one. I'm talking about like, and you could even if like waiting, even if you decide to wait, that is a decision,
Mm-hmm.
So figure it out, so that way you're not just like, will he, won't he, forever, because this is gonna make you unhappy, And you could even do a thing where it's like, maybe we go on a break, and when you're ready, come at me, and if I'm ready, then it works out, and if it doesn't work out, it's fine. But you're so fucking both, we're all young. We're in our 20s.
Mm-hmm.
What's the big rush to go crazy? I mean, if you want, you can move to Michigan. I mean, move to New Jersey. They have pinball machines there. I don't know. I hope any of what I just said just made any sense at all. I really do. I really just now was like, I don't know if I made any sense, but just because also a lot of these, like, so many. I think this is just with like issues in general. Is like you're sitting, you're talking to me, and you're like, well, there's this other thing, and this other thing, is this other thing, and the details don't matter. It's like the top line of like, do you want to sacrifice certain things from yourself, your time, your energy, for this person? That's the top. All the little like, well, here's this detail, and here's this detail, and he's applying for jobs, and this and that. All those, none of that matters. There's only really that one question that matters: is how much of your time and energy do you want to sacrifice for this person? And there's no wrong answer to that question. And by the way, even if you decide, you know what, I do, and then 2 years goes by and it turns out that that was the wrong decision, it's okay. You're not going to die. You're going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be 25 and you have much more life ahead of you to live. Like, you know, you don't freak out about making that right decision, but understand that that's the decision that you're making. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's just whether or not I can be be comfortable alone for however long until they can move here, you know, or if I should just drop everything and like move to them. But
if you want to do that,
I mean, one is easier
do
than
that.
the
It's
other,
not gonna.
you
You're not
know?
gonna die.
Yeah.
You're not gonna throw away, you know, your one opportunity to, you know, live a happy life. I mean, that's the thing is, I would just pick something, because if you don't, you're gonna just live in this weird limbo state. But anyway, that's really, I think, what I have to say about this. What's your name again?
Madison.
I'm glad we got to talk about this. This was helpful. I enjoy thinking about these things. I enjoy thinking about life. It's very difficult. It's really hard. I know I'm making it sound like it's like easy, I guess, but it's not. It's really hard because you're dealing with. The way I'm talking about this, I'm not emotionally connected to it, so it's easier for me to, you know, say all these things. But
yeah,
you know, I hope it was helpful in any way.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for like hearing me out and giving your input of it and everything. And you know, I love them a lot. So at the end of the day, like, I'll have to just suck it up and, you know, be okay with waiting, because that's what I mean, that's the easiest decision to make, because it's either that or try to like get all my shit over there, and that's gonna be harder than. So yeah.
Cool. Just before we go, if that's your decision, just try to be happy with your decision. You know, because it's not, nobody forced this upon you. This is like your decision that you're making, and you should be. That should make you feel happy and powerful in your life.
Thank you for that.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Okay. I've always thought about what I was going to say when you asked this. I guess don't ever just settle for what your, you know, life is or who you're with, because you deserve better and you deserve the best. And there are those people out there who really care about you and love you for who you are. And just be yourself and love yourself. And that's it.
I was trying to think of something. I don't know why. When people start saying a lot of really positive things on the podcast, like in my brain, I'm like, what horrible thing can I say to offset this so that I don't feel like it's the Mr. Rogers show? But nothing in my brain was nothing that I said was I like, you know what? That's something I should say. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said it. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry. Also,
no, you go ahead.
Fuck bitches, get money.
There we go. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Have a good rest of the day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, what's up?
Is this Lyle?
Yeah, who's this?
You can call me Kate.
Kate. What's up, Kate? How's life?
Honestly, like, not bad. Kind of amazed. My first time trying to call in. Truly, I'm super nervous right now. Cannot believe you called me. Really excited though.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. It's just you and me and a bunch of people who are probably folding laundry or driving a car or
you, me, and
staring at a
500
wall.
people cooking dinner. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm cooking
Something
dinner.
like that. Well, what's up,
Something
Kate?
like
How can I get you today?
I don't know. I just thought I'd call and would love to talk to you a bit about some personal, I don't know, like realizations I've been having past couple months.
Sure. What are they?
So, as I wrote in my message to you, I've recently realized that I am a meticulous control freak. I need control of every aspect of my life. And this is something I'm talking to a real therapist about. But I find I'm a verbal processor, so it's helpful for me to talk to like other people.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate you talking to me. It actually means a lot. But like, I don't know, I've been in my relationship for 6.5 years. We got married this past summer, so it's super exciting. Both me and my husband are coming to your Seattle show. We can't wait.
Oh, cool.
Like genuinely cannot wait. I was listening to one of your podcasts and I heard you say that you were like coming to Seattle, and I like immediately got on. Like,
dude, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's gonna be fun.
Getting tickets to the Crocodile.
Shout out the Crocodile. Love the Crocodile.
Yes, guys, be there. I'm so freaking excited to see your show. So my point here though is that like we've been together a long time, and he's like, whenever we've had arguments, a lot of times he'll tell me that he feels like I'm suffocating him. And I'm over here, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. Like, suffocation? What does that even mean? Like, I'm just trying to help you. I'm a teacher, like that's my job. And so that's what I do for a living, right? I help people. And so in my head, like everything makes perfect sense, right? Like, oh, I'm just helping you do whatever it is that like I think is going to be best for you. Because that's what I do with my kids every single day. And then I found that I'm kind of doing that exact same thing to my now husband.
Okay.
And that set up kind of like this chain of realizations of like, oh, it's like, man, where do I do that in other areas of my life? And then, you know, I've had eating disorders in the past. I'm working through that right now. And I was like, oh, maybe that's connected. And I've gone to counseling for like perfectionism in the past. And I'm like, wait a second, maybe that's connected. And then suddenly you kind of start to see this like web, right? Of like all these different places in your life where you need to have perfect control. And I guess why I wanted to talk to you is because like, I don't know how to like let go of that need for control. Like I'm working with a therapist on it and I still don't know how to like, hey, I don't need to know every aspect of every single thing. Like I hate surprises. I can't deal with them. I can't like not know something. Like how does an average person just not need to control every situation they're in? I don't get that. That's what I want to talk to you about.
So when your husband said you were suffocating him, like what was there? What specifically was going on?
That's a good question. So he has ADHD. And so, like, you know, he sometimes has, like, problems completing tasks or, like, you know, just, like, an example. Like, hey, you got to go to the doctor, right? But then it's like, oh, you got to make the doctor's appointment. He's got to do all these other things. And I'm like, well, you know, just make the fucking appointment. Sorry. Not sure if I'm supposed to swear, but, like, just make the appointment.
Yes, of course. Hold on. I don't know why this always bothers me, but of course you can swear. You can say anything you want.
No, you're right.
I just don't get. I'm sorry. I don't know why this. I don't know, dude. I'm so sorry, Kate. I don't know why that always works me up when people ask if they can swear.
No,
like,
dude, you're good.
You listen
and
to
honestly, I should know better. I listen to the show. I
was about to say. I assume if you listen to the show, you've heard people talk about. I mean, a guy just talked about. You know, yeah. You know, you're anyway.
Putting it into a Frosty. I heard every bit of it. Right.
Anyway.
No, for sure. Yeah. So I just. You know, like he's got ADHD and I don't. I'm neurotypical, and so for me, it's like pretty easy. Like let's make the fucking doctor's appointment. But it's like harder, you know, when you have to like, okay, what's the end goal? I got to go through all these steps, and so I'll like try to like help, right? Like in my head, it's helping, but like it's not actually helping. And in fact, like when I'm checking in on like, hey, when are you gonna be home tonight? Like that feels like suffocating to him in a way that like it doesn't to me, because I'm over here like, oh, I'm cooking dinner or what have you, and I'm just checking in. But for him, it's like, hey, can you back the fuck off? You know, and he never does that to me.
What does your real therapist tell you about this?
She told me last night, I had a therapy session. She told me, because she thinks, and she's probably right, that it all comes back to anxiety, right? There's some sort of, there's some sort of fear, right, associated with whatever it is that I'm trying to control. And so she told me last night, she said, hey, you should personify it. Like personify it in your head. And so now I'm over here like having this image of like Gollum, you know, in Lord of the Rings, where like you've got Smeagol and you've got Gollum, and then maybe anxiety is my Gollum and Smeagol's who I'm, you know, who I am, right? But I'm talking to this thing. And I don't know how helpful that's going to be, but I'm willing to try that. Like maybe I can talk to the anxiety and I can talk to the fear, but I'm concerned I'm never going to be able to get to a point where there is no Gollum voice in the head. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get to a point where I'm no longer having to have that internal dialogue. I don't know how to not want to worry or not want to control.
Tell me more about that Gollum voice. What is it?
Yeah.
Like, what is it
Yeah,
doing?
what's it saying?
What's it saying?
Yeah, so, I mean, like, you know, I don't know if you have anxiety or not. Like, I've heard you talk sometimes about your own shit. So I don't know if you've experienced this, but it's that little voice in your head, like everything's going right, and then like a person sends you like a 3-word text when you're expecting a 5-word text, and there's that little voice in your head that's like, oh, they must hate you. You know, that's the friendship's over right there. You said no to one thing, and now they hate. You know, that's the Gollum voice, right? It's like it's feeding you this negativity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just want to not hear that anymore. I want to, you know, like, how do you get to a point where you no longer have that little voice that just makes you want to just manage things, want to take control of things?
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting thing. I deal a lot with anxiety, and I've been very recently even just on a journey. I've had to kind of get those thoughts out of my head and whatnot. And I mean, to be frank, now that you're making me think about it, it's like what gets me out of that is like being in the present moment of whatever it is I'm doing, and that's easier sometimes and harder sometimes. Because like,
how do you do that? How do you pull yourself out of it?
I'm trying to think. Well, if I'm like sitting idly, right?
Mm-hmm.
My brain's just gonna go to horrible, anxious places. But if I'm in the flow state, if I'm like actually doing something to get my brain out of that, you know, I won't be so focused on the anxiety. I mean, that's life, right? Life is a series of trying to avoid thinking about your own death, and then you die. And so that's just like, how do you distract yourself? That's really that's what you're trying to do is distract yourself from this anxiety. And how you do that, I really don't know. What's typically?
Can I ask? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Talking.
Go ahead.
Your show.
No,
I was going to ask, how do you distract yourself in those moments? What do you turn
to? Let's see. The actual answer is I masturbate and eat shitty food, and go on fucking TikTok. That's the real answer. I mean, those are my bad ones, but you know, in other ways, I'll lately I've been like, you know, fucking exercising, and that helps. That's why people exercise.
Same. That's been really helpful for me too, dude.
That's what video games are fucking great for that. But again, I don't know, what the hell was I gonna say? I
think you were gonna ask me a question, and then
I was gonna ask you a question. What are you typically doing when anxiety creeps up on you?
Anything. I mean, literally anything. Like, truly, it's everywhere. And it's usually situational, right? It's like, maybe I'm at work and I'm thinking about whatever, and then the anxiety sets in. I mean, and tracing it back, right, the anxiety usually comes back to very reasonable things. It's usually, okay, I'm concerned about money, or I'm concerned about, like maintaining my partner's happiness or my own happiness. And I know that I'm not responsible for my husband's happiness. Like, I know that, right, consciously. Yeah, but like, it's this little toxic codependency trait that I have where I think I'm responsible. And the goblin, you know, the Gollum brain says I'm responsible.
Did your therapist tell you anything else? Did your therapist tell you anything else that was helpful except to imagine that you're Smeagol?
She didn't specifically say that. That was my interpretation of it. But you know, we're still new. We're new into this therapy thing. We've been doing it for a couple months, and not much else besides that yet. She's impressed that I'm acknowledging my problems, and I think that right now we're in the kind of like, good for you. You're realizing you have an issue. Now we got to figure out how to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's freaking tough, dude.
Mm-hmm. What are you anxious about? I know you've kind of talked about it at the beginning of this, but like really dig it. Here's another thing I do when I get anxious, and I actually don't know if this is helpful or not, but I just follow my anxiety. I just follow the thread. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're worried about money. You know, I'm like, all right, well, what happens if I go broke? Then maybe this will happen. Then this will happen. Then this will happen. Then this will happen. I just follow it until it's like, you know, it kind of runs out of steam. right?
It loses its power.
It loses its power.
Let's trace
you
it
just
back to
follow
the
it
story. I see
through.
what you're saying.
I don't know if that's healthy or not, because that's some people would call that catastrophizing, right? That's kind of what following your anxiety is. But
at the same time, I think that not knowing is almost more anxiety-inducing, right? So I feel like that's actually kind of helpful. Like, let's trace it. What would happen if the worst-case scenario occurred? Like,
yeah, right. And often when you trace
actually.
it, you realize that the worst-case scenario is livable. It's livable. It's not that bad. It's livable.
Yeah. It's livable. No, you're totally right, dude. You're right.
And then there's the Stoic. I mean, you should read up on some Stoic philosophy. That's really, really helpful for anxiety.
Stoic philosophy. I saw a subreddit about that, and then I didn't pursue that further. But I should definitely do that. Thanks, man.
Yeah. And then because one of the I've actually been battling some stuff with Stoic philosophy, because in some areas I don't believe it, but anxiety is one where I do. Because there's a big thing in Stoic philosophy of like, don't suffer imagined troubles, right? Like like anxiety is like, it's the suffering of an anticipation of an event. How fucking stupid is that? Seriously, it's like, it's so stupid because it hasn't even happened, and so you're suffering deeply from something that hasn't even happened. It's one thing to suffer because of a thing that happened, but anxiety is like, and even if you know a bad thing is going to happen, your anxiety over the inevitability of the bad thing is just you suffering more than is necessary. You know, it's a foolish thing. I'm listening to a podcast right now. I'm going to shout out a podcast I've been listening to. It's Dr. K, who actually I should get on my podcast at some point. He fucking rocks. Dr. K.
He's awesome.
He's Dr. K.
Yeah, dude, video game therapist guy.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. And he said something to me. He didn't say this to me. He said this on a podcast. He said that like the brain can the anxiety, the brain can do this thing where your anxiety over a negative event is just as bad as if the negative event actually happened. So you're creating in your brain negative events that you're suffering from, even though the negative event actually isn't even happening.
Not
that
real.
Blew my mind.
It's
I was like, Jesus Christ, it's not even real.
No one has ever phrased it like that to me before. So that's actually that is kind of crazy when you really think about it.
Yeah. So try that. At the end of the day, I look, man, I've listened to tons of podcasts. I've done whatever, and I still get anxious, and I'm still dealing with it myself. But yeah, that's something I've been thinking about lately. I'm gonna try to think about more.
I love that, man. I'm absolutely gonna try that. Thank you so much for that advice. You do good work, Geck.
I don't know. I don't. I was about to. I don't.
No, dude.
I get depressed sometimes because I think I'm like, is any of this shit? All this at a certain point, is it just like you just deal with it? Like, do you ever actually get cured? Do you imagine a future version of yourself that is totally living a beautiful, amazing, perfect life, but it never comes? And I'm like, is that my fault because I didn't do any work to actually create that, or is it because that doesn't even exist? But then in the acceptance that doesn't exist, can you find peace? Maybe. So I don't know.
I think that second part is. I think that's right. I think in the second thing that's right. I mean, because it's a brain issue, right? It's that's like a wiring issue. But I think that if you can accept it and if you can say, hey, I'm going to manage it, then you can find that peace.
Well, this is
very inspirational. I loved it.
Don't play the Gollum video game. I heard it's really bad.
I also heard it was really bad. I'm kind of tempted to play it because of that, though.
Go play it. Sounds fun.
Hey, I had a quick question for you before we do the sign-off thing, which is that my husband, he's an artist, and he was thinking about making an art piece for you to bring to your Seattle show. And I'm wondering...
Oh, no shit.
If he... Yeah, so if you did that, how could we get that to you? Like, is there somebody we could hand it to at the show? Is there something?
Oh, well,
after
every show, unless if I have like another show that night, I stand around and I meet everyone. So
Yeah. Oh no shit. Okay.
Yeah,
That's super cool. So we can just hand it to you.
Yeah, you can just hand. I'll see you there. Yeah, at every show, there's some of the shows have like VIP tickets, but I do the meet and greet like for everyone. It's not a paid meet and greet. So like if you buy a ticket, so like if you're at the show and you're willing to stand in a line of a bunch of people, we will inevitably meet.
We will stand in line for you, Geck, for sure.
Okay, cool.
So
no, that sounds
really
awesome. Thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, no, I mean, don't thank me. Thank my husband, and he's pretty excited to see your show, so we can't wait.
Fucking rock and roll. Wait, are you going to the early one or the late one?
We're going to the late one.
Oh, perfect. Okay, because I'm not going to be able to meet people from the early one, but the late one, I'm there.
I figured, screw the school day the next day. Gecko's in town, so we got to check out the late show. Figured it'd be more unhinged than the early show. Could be wrong, though.
Rock and roll. No, I'm excited. I'll see you there, and then you can tell me that you were the Gollum lady, and I'll be like, oh shit, I remember that.
That's exactly right. That's 100% what I will tell you. I love that is who I am now.
By the way, I'm just gonna say this. I know people. People think I don't care because I don't remember anyone's name. But I swear to God, I don't remember anyone's name. But I swear to God, I do the meet and greets, and people will come up to me and be like, "Hey, you're definitely not gonna remember this, but 3 years ago we talked about this," and I'll be like, "I fucking actually do remember that. I don't remember anyone's name, but I remember the calls." Let's see. There was a guy.
You don't need to justify names to me at all. I'm a teacher. I can't memorize names. It's awful. It takes me 3 months.
There was a guy. It was in Tampa. I don't know if any of you guys who listen to a lot of the podcasts remember this, but there's a dude who was like in. He lived in like Alaska, or deep in Canada or something, and he was getting sober, and he was like agoraphobic and like hadn't left the house in years and years and years. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I met him at the fucking show, and he was like, "I don't know if you remember me, but I was the guy in Alaska, agoraphobia," and I was like, "I fucking remember that." And there he was. He was out of his house. I don't know. I think he went. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing in Tampa from Alaska?" And he's like, "We came for the show," and I was like, "Holy shit." Anyway,
you cured him.
Anyway,
you did. You cured his agoraphobia, dude.
You know what?
Hey, thank you so much for talking to me, Lyle. I really appreciate it.
Hey, take care, man. You have a blessed one.
Hey, you too. Good night, man.
Goodbye. Hello, folks. It's Lyle here. That's the end of this episode. But get this. I'm releasing a bonus episode this week. That's right. An entire extra hour of the podcast that you can listen to by becoming a premium member of Therapy Gecko over at therapygecko.supercast.com. Supercast subscribers get access to bonus episodes. They get a completely ad-free podcast feed of the regular show. They get recordings from my live shows, members-only streams, and they help support my ability to continue doing this podcast. So here's a clip from this week's members-only bonus episode.
One day at 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 dudes came into my room, and they basically kidnapped me. They told me, "You're going to go to Hawaii or you can go to the desert." And I chose Hawaii. My grandmother came in with them and was like crying and shit. Sorry, am I going like too fast?
You know I'm not a real therapist, right?
I do.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because yeah, this is
it's pretty deep shit.
It's pretty deep shit. So this is one of those like your parents orchestrate your kidnapping for like troubled children kind of shit.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what it was.
If you want to hear this full conversation, you can sign up to become a premium member at therapygecko.supercast.com or find the link in the episode description. That's therapygecko.supercast.com. All right, I have nothing else to say.